Hello and welcome to the Measured Pencil.
Hello and welcome to the Measured Pencil.
I'm Stephen Murray and I'm here with Echo.
I am Stephen Murray and I'm here with Echo.
Wes Nelson.
Hi.
We're here for another, I start everything with an We're here for another bonus episode.
Bonus! I was told that instead of saying you're supposed to say now.
Now we're here for another bonus episode.
Now I would like to talk.
Or you could be a politician and be like, look
here, listen here.
Look.
You got to say listen and then that person's name and then talk about something completely different than what they actually asked you about.
Listen here, listener. I don't think that quite works the same way.
You got me. I was ready to go on a trip with you there.
So, listeners, I'm sorry for the aggressive open. We're actually quite excited. Last summer, we announced that we were looking for pencil stories.
Yes.
And they're starting to trickle in.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And this is a good one.
This is a good one.
It's really fun.
And listeners, I'm excited for this because it's not strictly about pencils. This one's about pencil sharpeners.
Yes. From an interesting perspective of a teacher, a dear, dear friend of ours. He has a way with words that is he paints a magical brush with the word choices that he uses. It's a delight to listen to, and I can't wait for you all to hear it.
So this is a story from Josh Baumgartner. He also does the music for our show.
Jack of all trades.
We'll have him on at some point to talk about the music and about the story.
Yes.
But we want to get the story out there. So this is his Ode to a Pencil Sharpener.
Oh my gosh, it's a goodie. As he likes to say, it's a goodie.
As a teacher, I have some pretty strong opinions on pencils. While teaching kindergarten these last several years, I made the deliberate choice to incorporate colored pencils as their primary tool for coloring. It taught the youngsters the wide range of uses a pencil can offer, as opposed to the barbarous scribbling with crayon or marker, that latter being thoroughly off limits if I can ever help it. Press harder for a darker shade, lighter for a lighter shade, and force them to take their time, to work towards something, to build that ever-important fine motor skill. Now back in the 4th grade classroom, I often threaten those who do not take the proper responsibility and care with their number 2s, with the dregs of the kindergarten classes downstairs, the short and the stubby and the gnawed-upon pencils. Despite the fact that I'm a tried-and-true Pilot Precise V7 man, I have pencils on my mind an awful lot. And in the classroom especially, a pencil is next to worthless without a steadfast and reliable sharpener. Efficiency is the name of the game for the classroom pencil sharpener, not to mention speed and stealth. I may be the odd educator out on this, but personally I absolutely loathe the electric sharpener. Any kind. I haven't yet met one I liked, or trusted for that matter. For one, they're unbearably noisy, especially when doing that end-of-the-day bulk sharpen. Never mind the unfocused and distracted 4th grader moseying over to the sharpener mid-math lesson to mindlessly grind away at the already sharpened writing tool. And perhaps a more fitting and modern turn of phrase from nails on a chalkboard, since chalkboards are all but extinct in this day and age, or is perhaps something more along the lines of like the whirring of a not fully engaged electric pencil sharpener. That buzzing can drive one mad. And even among the fanciest and most expensive electric sharpeners I've crossed paths with, they tend not to last, or more accurately, they give out on you when you require their services the most. I can admit that regardless of the device, the jammed lead tip will always be an issue, but none are more of a battle to pry loose than that of the electric sharpener. Cast them out, I say, and I hope I've made my feelings on the matter abundantly clear. You've also got the personal sharpener option, of course. I have no quarrel with these. They come in a wide variety, their simplicity makes them pretty reliable, and they tend not to let you down in a pinch. No, the only issue I have with these in the classroom has more to do with the lack of self-control on the student's part than any design flaw. Unentertained children like to keep their hands busy, you know. If it's within arm's reach, it'll become an issue. Many a school day has come to a close for me to find nearly every pencil in the room ground down to a tiny nub. And despite the very clear lessons and the follow-up directions and the reminders and the practicing and the modeling, you'd be amazed at how many children put the wrong end of the pencil into these. It's all fun and games, of course, to shred the rubber of the eraser, but once that blade makes contact with the thin and pliable aluminum, it transforms into a highly dangerous and jagged blade. One afternoon in the kindergarten class, No less than 3 children required band-aids for deep slices on their fingers from unknown causes. After some sleuthing, I discerned the culprit lay in a subtly lacerated eraser end that had been transformed into a razor-sharp blade. Even the lightest tap caused the blood to flow. So what is a hard-pressed 21st century teacher left with then, you may ask? Why, the old tried-and-true hand-crank pencil sharpener, of course. For my money, I put it all on the X-Acto 1031 KS manual classroom pencil sharpener with the counter or wall mount attachment. In my last 3 classrooms, I purchased these and had them installed, often to the approval of the grizzled building manager. They work well with both writing pencils as well as their colorful counterparts. It takes less than 4 seconds to grind a broken pencil into a fine-pointed writing tool again, and while there are a few exceptions to this number, I'll have you know that I've demonstrated that fact with many a student in my classroom. And what's more, they're wonderfully satisfying to use, every time. The sheer novelty of the thing gets the kids intrigued. When I first had it installed this year in my 4th grade classroom, the kids were clamoring to have a go at it, and 4 months into this year, that novelty has yet to wear off. The Pencil Patrol classroom job is a sought-after role each week. I'll admit that on occasion, they can become jammed, almost always with the colored pencils. But as I've already mentioned, no pencil sharpener is totally immune to this drawback. They're no harder to pluck out than a personal handheld model, which is to say, fairly easy and straightforward. Reliable, sturdy, efficient, versatile. And in the classroom, these things are key. A teacher has a lot of options on how to implement those qualities. No funny business is a phrase I use pretty regularly and in a wide variety of contexts with my students, and that's exactly why I have come to rely upon these old hand-crank pencil sharpeners.
This was The Measured Pencil with Wes Nelson and Stephen Murray. Theme song and additional music composed and performed by Josh Baumgartner. Additional production support by Two Desk Productions. If you want to see what the pencils look like, please follow us on Instagram at The Measured Pencil. If you'd like to share your pencil story, please record a short audio file, maybe 1 to 2 minutes, and email it to us at themeasuredpencil@gmail.com. Or, if you'd like us to review your favorite pencil, please email us with the name and it might appear on a future episode. Thanks for listening.